welcome to the Pune Cluster Final of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. The cycle brand takes great pride in India's heritage and culture and has centered the company's mission and vision around the same. Hence, the cycle brand has conceptualized the Cycle Heritage Quiz with a view to enlighten young minds on the 5,000-year-old heritage of our nation. The Cycle Heritage Quiz is an all-India level quiz competition that celebrates India's rich culture and heritage, with participants spanning the length and breadth of the nation. Yes, I mean length and breadth of the nation. Because we have had participants from Kashmir, we've had participants from Kanyakumari, we've had participants from Lakshadweep, we've had participants from Arunachal Pradesh. So all over India, people have taken part in our prelims. Around 30,000 people registered for this quiz. And through this quiz, participants get a chance to showcase their knowledge and passion for India's heritage. As we know, we are still dealing with effects of the global pandemic. Hence, the Cycle Heritage Quiz is being held in a special online format. In this quiz, we have divided India into 18 different clusters. After a grueling preliminary stage, where participants took part in 4 rounds with questions on the heritage of our nation, along with special focus rounds on the heritage of their region, we have our 6 finalists from each cluster. Now we have the finals for the Pune cluster, where students from across Maharashtra have taken part. So let's meet our 5 participants for the Pune cluster final. First, we have Yukta, who's from Center Point in Nagpur. Hi, Yukta.
Hi, I am Yukta from Center Point School, Nagpur.
Great, and welcome to the quiz. And my question to you is, what is your favorite heritage location in India?
I love the Taj Mahal. I visited it when I was really young, and I have really good memories attached to it. I went with my grandmother and it was a very beautiful vacation.
Great, fantastic. So hopefully you'll get a lot of questions on interesting monuments during this quiz, and all the best, Yukta. Next we have from Mar Theophilus, Pune, and that is Divyanshu G. Divyanshu, welcome to the quiz.
Hello, sir. I am Divyanshu from Dr. Ma Theophilus School, Pune.
Okay, so Divyanshu, tell us, how was your experience of taking part in the preliminary rounds of the Cycle Heritage Quiz?
Sir, experience was good.
And all the best, Divyanshu. Next, we have Sanchita Kale from Dr. Sidus Poonawala's Vidya Pratishthan School from Baramati. And Sanchita, tell us, what drew you to take part in the Cycle Heritage Quiz? So did you get to know through your school, or did you get to know through the internet? How did you get to know about the Cycle Heritage Quiz?
Yeah, I got to know about Cycle Heritage Quiz from Facebook, insert from internet.
Okay, great, great. And so I hope you have had a good time so far participating in the prelim rounds, and you have made it to our cluster finals. So very well done. And I hope you have a great time in the finals and do really well. Next, we have from APS in Dighi, Pune, and the participant name is Pranav. Hi, Pranav.
Hi, sir.
So, Pranav, I'll ask you the same question that I asked Atharva. So, any figure from history, Indian history, who actually inspires you?
Sir, Bhagat Singh.
Bhagat Singh. Okay, great, great. The great freedom fighter Bhagat Singh inspires Pranav. And last but not the least, we have from the Bishop's School Camp, Pune, and we have Ayush. Hi, Ayush.
Oh, hello.
So, Ayush, looking at you, it seems that you are feeling very confident of your chances. And Ayush, tell us, how did you feel when you got to know that you have been shortlisted for the top 6?
I'm actually first surprised. I never expected myself to qualify, but really happy. I learned a lot of things from the 4 quizzes held.
Super.
It was a good experience.
Very good. So all the best to you and all the other participants. So now it is time to start off the Pune Cluster Final with our first round, which is called Lakshya Bheda. Here are the rules of Lakshya Bheda. 1 question per participant. This round does not pass. Each question has 4 options. Each participant gets 3 attempts for each question, plus 15 if you get the answer in the first attempt, plus 10 if you get the answer in the second attempt, plus 5 if you get the answer in the third attempt. So let's move ahead to our first participant for this round. First question is coming up for Yutta. Yutta, your question is, which of these monuments is known as the gateway to Goa? Is it Arch of Adil Shah's Palace? Is it Church of St. Augustine? Is it Aguada Fort? Or is it D, Viceroy's Ark?
Is it C, Aguada Fort?
Okay, let's click on C, Aguada Fort. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Your next try, please.
D, Viceroy's Ark.
Okay, let's click on D, Viceroy's Ark. And that's the right answer, Yutta. Well done. 10 points to you. This is the Viceroy's Ark in Vasco da Gama, Goa. And now 10 points to you. And the next question is for our second participant. And next we'll move to Divyanshu. Divyanshu, your question is coming up on screen now. The crestograph, famously developed by an Indian scientist, is used to measure the growth of what? Is it A, bacteria? Is it B, plants? Is it C, viruses? Or D, amoeba?
So B, plants.
Okay, let's click on B, plants. And that's right. Well done. Crestograph was invented by Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose, and Divyanshu gets it right. The answer is plants. So 15 points for Divyanshu. And next question is for Sanchita. Your question, Sanchita, is coming up on screen now. The tomb of Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor, is located in which city? Is it A, Kabul, B, Lahore, C, Yangon, or D, Dhaka?
B, Lahore.
Okay, let's click on B, Lahore. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Your next try.
D, Dhaka.
Let's click on D, Dhaka. That's again the wrong answer. Your last try.
A, Kabul.
Okay, let's click on A, Kabul. Sorry, that's also the wrong answer. The answer is Yangon in Myanmar, or Burma as it was called then. Then it was known as Rangoon. He spent his last few days exiled in Rangoon, Burma, and that is where his tomb was. So after, of course, the First War of Independence finished, and it ended with the surrender of Bahadur Shah Zafar in the Red Fort. Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled to Rangoon in Burma, or Myanmar as it is now, and then his tomb was also built there. So that's very right, and his tomb was built there. And next we have a question for Pranav. Pranav, your direct question is coming up on screen now. The Krishnagiri National Park in 1981 was named after which famous personality? Is it A, Sanjay Gandhi, B, Indira Gandhi, C, Jawaharlal Nehru, or D, Rajiv Gandhi?
Sir, D, Rajiv Gandhi.
Okay, let's click on D, Rajiv Gandhi. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Your next try.
C, Jawaharlal Nehru.
Okay, let's click on C, Jawaharlal Nehru. Sorry, that's also the wrong answer. Next try.
Sir, B, Indira Gandhi.
Let's click on B, Indira Gandhi. I'm sorry, no correct answers from you in this round. The answer is A, Sanjay Gandhi. Sanjay Gandhi passed away in 1977, and of course, the Krishnagiri National Park, which also got renamed to Borivali National Park, then got renamed to Sanjay Gandhi National Park. That's a very famous national park in Maharashtra. So unfortunately, no points for you, Pranav. And now we'll move on to our last contestant, and that is Ayush. Ayush, your question is coming up on screen now. Peshwa Bajirao was the prime minister to which Maratha emperor? Okay, Peshwa Bajirao I, to be more precise, was the prime minister to which Maratha emperor? Is it A, Chhatrapati Shivaji? Is it B, Chhatrapati Shambhaji? Is it C, Lakhuji Jadhavrao? Or is it D, Chhatrapati Shahu?
D, Chhatrapati Shahu.
Okay, let's click on D, Chhatrapati Shahu. Yes, well done, Ayush. Very good answer there. 15 points for you. With that, we come to the end of round number 1. And now we'll move on to our second round, which is titled Jigyasa. So round number 2 is Trigyasa, and let's take a look at the rules. So one direct question per participant. This round passes clockwise, plus 10 for every correct answer, whether it is on direct or on pass. So we will start off with participant number A, that is Yukta. Yukta, your direct question is coming up on screen now. Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhishmak of Vidarbha, falls in love with Krishna. Her brother Rukmi, however, disapproves and arranges Rukmini's marriage to his friend King Shishupal of Chedi. Rukmini secretly sends a message to Krishna, and together they plan to elope. The day before her marriage to Shishupal, Rukmini visits this particular temple where she meets with Krishna. Which temple is this in Maharashtra?
Is it the Kailasa temple?
Not the Kailasha temple. Passing on to Divyanshu.
So I don't think I know this answer.
Okay, so you don't know this answer. It's fine. No problem. Let's move to Sanchita.
I think, is it Pandharpur?
No, that's not the correct answer. We'll pass to Pranav.
Sir, Krishna temple.
Can't just do it for Krishna temple. We'll have to pass on to Ayush.
Yes, I'm not sure, but is it Dagdu Shet Halwai?
No, that's not the right answer. The answer is the Ekvira temple in Amravati. That was the answer that I was looking for. So no one gets any points for this one. We'll move on to the next question, and that is for Divyanshu. Divyanshu, your direct question is coming up on screen now. Narada once resisted the efforts of Kamdev to disturb his penance and promptly declared his achievement to Lord Vishnu. Later, Narada himself felt attracted to a young princess named Vishwamohini and asked Vishnu to give him a distinctive appearance for her Swayamvar. He gave him a truly distinctive appearance, which Narada did not realize at first, and went to the Swayamvar, where he was not chosen. Upon realizing what form was bestowed on him by Lord Vishnu, he promptly cursed the Lord. What form did Lord Vishnu bestow on Narada? You can read it and then answer the question.
Sir, Dasi form.
Okay, no. Passing to Sanchita.
Okay, I think Narasimha.
Okay, no, I can't give to you. Passing on to Pranav.
Sir, Ram.
No, okay, let's move to Ayush.
Yes, was it of a bear?
That's a good try. It's not of a bear, but that's a very good try. Let's pass to Yukta.
Is it a tortoise? I can't think of any.
Tortoise, nice try. Nice try. It is the form of a monkey or face of a monkey. So that's why actually Narada cursed Lord Vishnu that in a future birth, we'll have to spend a lot of time with monkeys and will be helped by monkeys to actually, save people and everything. And that's why, Rama got attached to monkeys. No one gets any points for this one. And the next direct question is for Sanchita. Sanchita, your question is coming up now. The name of this dance is derived from a word meaning beauty. This dance is performed in a traditional attire called the Nobedi. With what dance form is being talked about?
Lavani.
Lavani is right. Well done, Sanchita. You get yourself on the scoreboard. 10 points for you. Very well done, Sanchita. And now the next direct question is for Pranav. Pranav, your question is coming up on screen now. It has a wooden body with a brass bell. A well-moistened reed is attached to a brass tube. Rather than being a complete cylinder, this tube is slightly conical and is wrapped in thread. The wooden body has a central conical board with 8 holes. These 8 holes are usually finger holes. Name this instrument, musical instrument, whose sound is considered auspicious and is played on special occasions. Read the question carefully, Pranav, and go for it.
Sir, flute.
Not flute. We will pass to Ayush.
Is it a harmonium?
Not the harmonium. Passing to Yukta.
Is it the Shehnai?
It is the Shehnai. Well done. Played on auspicious occasions like marriages. It is indeed the Shehnai. So 10 points to you, Yukta. And now the last direct question of this round is for Ayush. Ayush, your question coming up on screen now. A teenage Sunil Gavaskar was coached by his teammates to find out how their captain was supposed to be addressed during a domestic tournament. Gavaskar took the bait. He asked him, "How do we address you? Nawab Saab, Pat, Tiger, Captain, Skipper." So who was Gavaskar's captain?
Patodi.
Okay, Pataudi is your answer. I'll give it to you. Nawab of Pataudi is indeed what I was looking for. 10 points to you, Ayush. Well done. Nawab of Pataudi Junior to be more specific. Pataudi is fine. Plus 10 for you, Ayush. So the scores after round number 2 are as follows. Right now, we have Ayush in the lead with 25 points, followed by Yukta on 20 points, followed by Divyanshu on 15 points. Sanjita is on 10 points, and Pranav is yet to open his account. So now we will move on to our third round, Trishanko. In Trishanko, here are the rules. 1 question per participant. This round does not pass. 3 clues leading to something or someone, plus 15 for getting it in the first attempt, plus 10 for the second attempt, plus 5 for the third attempt. This round will go in reverse order. So we will start with Ayush. Ayush, your first clue is coming up on screen now. She studied under Ustad Ata Muhammad Khan.
No idea.
Okay, let's go on to our next clue. She made her screen debut in 1937 and performed in films like Mumtaz Begum, Roti, and Satyajit Ray's Jalsa Ghar.
It's Sharmila Tagore.
Not Sharmila Tagore. Nice guess, but she made her debut a bit later on. Let's go to your last clue. She was known by the epithet Malika-e-Ghazal.
Madhubala.
Not Madhubala. Again, this was older than Madhubala. This is the famous Ghazal singer, Begum Akhtar. So Begum Akhtar is what I was looking for. So no points for you, Ayush. We'll move on to our next question, and that is for Pranav. Pranav, your first clue is coming up on screen now. The tribe of the same name as the art form is one of the largest Adivasi tribes. The name of the tribe sounds very similar to an area of Mumbai.
No idea.
Okay, let's move on to your next clue. Pigment used in the art form is made of rice paste and water, and bamboo stick is the paintbrush.
No idea.
Okay, let's move on to your last clue. It is one of the most popular folk painting styles of Maharashtra.
No idea.
This is the famous Warli painting of Maharashtra. So I'm sorry, Pranav, you don't get any points for this one. Next, we will move to Sanchita. Sanchita, your first clue is going to come up on screen now. The lake was declared a protected Ramsar site in November 2020.
Sir, next clue, please.
Okay, let's move on to the next clue. The water in the lake is both saline and alkaline.
Sir, next clue.
Next clue? Okay. Last clue coming up on screen. It is located in Buldhana district in Maharashtra.
Sir, Narmada River.
No, not Narmada River. Needed a lake. So this is the Lonar Lake. So in Maharashtra. So no points for you, Sanchita. Our next question is for Divyanshu. Divyanshu, your first clue is coming up on screen now. He worked as a technical instructor at Sir J.J. School of Art, and his invention is described as a cylinder of bamboo that used mercury or urine as a fuel.
Sir, next clue.
Okay, let's move on to the next clue. The Ayushman Khurrana starer, Hawai Zada, was inspired by this person's biography.
Sir, next clue.
Okay, your last clue. He is claimed to have constructed and flown an unmanned, heavier than air aircraft 15,000 feet above Chowpatty Beach in 1895.
Sir, no idea.
Okay, so this is a famous inventor called Shivaji Bapukar Talpade. So again, local heritage, local inventors, very important to know these. So no points for you, Divyanshu. Let's move on to our last participant for this round, and that is Yukta. Yukta, your first clue coming up on screen now. So it was founded in 1885 by the Deccan Education Society.
Is it CBSE?
Not CBSE. That's a good try. That's the spirit. I mean, you should attempt at every clue because there are no negatives. Well done. But of course, it's not CBSE. Let's move on to the next clue. It was among the 19 colleges to get a heritage tag by the central government and UGC in 2015.
MIT?
Not MIT. Moving on to your last clue. Professor Vaman Shivram Apte was its first principal.
IIT?
Not IIT. This is the famous Ferguson College in Maharashtra. So no points for you, Yutta. With that, we come to the end of round number 3. And now let's take a look at the scoreboard. So after round number 3, here are the scores. Ayush still in the lead with 25 points, followed by Yutta on 20 points, followed by Divyanshu on 15 points, followed by Sanchita on 10 points. Pranav yet to open his account. A reminder for all of you, the top 2 contestants from the Pune Cluster Final will make it to our national quarterfinal. And round number 4 is called Divya Krishti. In Divya Krishti, let's take a look at the rules. So 1 direct question per participant, all based on visuals, passes anti-clockwise, plus 10 for every correct answer, whether it's on direct or on pass. We will start off once more with Ayush. Ayush, your visual coming up on screen now. So Ayush, just take a look at this visual and you have to tell me the name of this palace.
No idea.
Okay, let's pass on to Pranav. Okay, Pranav, can't give you so much time on pass. Have to move on to the next contestant, and that is Sanchita. Sanchita, any answers?
It is something related to Swami Vivekananda.
No. Let's move on to Divyanshu.
I think it is in Pune,
Okay.
but I don't remember the name.
Okay, let's pass on to Yukta.
Is it the Aga Khan Palace?
That's a good try. It's not the Aga Khan Palace. This is a monument in Aurangabad, very famous monument known as the Soneri Mahal. And we'll move on to our next question, and that is for Pranav. Pranav, your visual coming up on screen now. So this is a weapon, actually. This visual represents a weapon depicted as a god. So which weapon has been represented as a god here?
Sir, sword.
Not sword. Let's pass to Sanchita. Which weapon has been represented as a god here?
The bow and arrow.
Okay, no. Let's move on to Divyanshu.
Trishul.
Not Trishul, but a good try. Passing to Yukta. Yukta.
Is it the Pashupastra?
Pashupatastra. No, that's not the right answer. We will pass on to Ayush.
Sir, is it the Brahmastra?
That's a good try. Very, very good try. Good guesses from Yukta and Ayush. It's not the Brahmastra. As you can see, it's a circular pattern. So the answer is the Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra is represented as a god or as a deity here. It's called an Ayudha Purusha representation. So no one gets any points for this one. And our next direct question, a visual, is for Sanchita. Sanchita, your visual is coming up on screen now. So these are coins during the reign of which famous king? Okay. These are coins during the reign of which famous king? One hint about the king. He is also known for playing a particular musical instrument. This king is known for playing a particular musical instrument.
Sir, during a Mughal king.
Not Mughal. Let's pass to Divyanshu.
Sir, Shah Jahan.
Not Shah Jahan. We will pass on to our next contestant, that is Yukta.
Is it Ravana?
Not Ravana. Very nice guess. We'll pass on to Ayush.
Sir, is it Aurangzeb?
Not Aurangzeb. Let's pass on to our next contestant, that is Pranav.
Sir, Akbar.
Not Akbar. These are coins from the Gupta period. This is the famous Gupta king, Samudra Gupta, known for playing the veena. I thought Ravana was a nice guess, but of course, Ravana becomes a mythical figure. Ravana is not the right answer. Samudra Gupta is what I was looking for. And the next direct question is for Divyanshu. Divyanshu, your visual is coming up on screen now. This is the logo of a particular edition of the Olympics. Okay. During this Olympics, an Indian came fourth in a particular event, and that fourth place is known to us all. Okay. You have to tell me, this is the logo of an Olympics in which city? This is the logo of an Olympics in which city, where an Indian famously came fourth in an event. You don't have to name the Indian. You have to tell me, this is the logo of an Olympics in which city?
Sir, Greece.
Greece is not a city. This is a country. But no, it's not. Greece can't give you. Milkha Singh was fourth in the 400 meters in Rome. No one gets any points for this one. We will move on to the last question of this round and the Pune Cluster Final. And that's a direct question for Yukta. Yukta, your question coming up on stream now. Yukta, your question is, name this Rishi famous for his work in a particular field, who also shares his name with a company. Name this Rishi famous for his work in a particular field, who also shares his name with a company.
Is it Dabar?
No, that's the wrong answer. Passing on to Ayush.
Sir, is it Valmiki?
Not Valmiki. Let's pass on to our next contestant. That is Pranav.
Astanga.
No. Let's pass on to Sanchita.
Sir, is it Maharishi Patanjali?
It is Patanjali. Well done. 10 points to you, Sanchita. Very good answer. It is Maharishi Patanjali. Let's see whether that gives you higher up the scoreboard. So, after the end of 4 rounds in a very exciting and close Pune Cluster Final, here are the scores. Going through to our national quarterfinal, in first spot is Ayush with 25 points. In fifth spot, we have Pranav, who has not scored any points, but I'm sure we will see him in future quizzes. Divyanshu has scored 15 points. But wait, the quiz is not over yet, because for the second spot, we have a tiebreaker between Sanchita and Yukta. Both are on 20 points. As you know, the top 2 participants from the Pune Cluster Final will go through to our national quarterfinal. So we now need to do a tiebreaker between Sanchita and Yukta. So now it's time for a tiebreaker. And the 2 participants in the tiebreaker are going to be Sanchita and Yukta. The rules of the tiebreaker is, the question will be read out by the quizmaster. Participants have to answer by private chat on Zoom. Whoever gets the correct answer the fastest will win a tiebreaker. So here is your tiebreaker question, Sanchita and Yukta. A picture of the Red Fort is found on the reverse side of a banknote of which denomination? A picture of the Red Fort is found on the reverse side of a banknote of which denomination? I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. You can answer only once, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, you will take your first answer. Unfortunately, both of you have got it wrong. Yukta answered 100. Sanchita answered 2000. The correct answer is 500. So we will move on to the next question. So Yukta and Sanchita, once again, ready? So your question is, Dara Shikoh, Shah Shuja and Murad Baksh were brothers of which Mughal emperor? Dara Shikoh, Shah Shuja and Murad Baksh were brothers of which Mughal emperor? Closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So Sanchita answers Akbar, Yukta answers Aurangzeb, and the correct answer is indeed Aurangzeb. So Yukta, with that, you qualify for our national quarterfinal. At the end of an exciting Pune Cluster Final, we have our 2 qualifiers for the national quarterfinal. And the 2 qualifiers are Ayush, who held on to his lead from start to finish and won this quiz. And coming in second was Yukta, who won a tiebreaker with Sanchita, which took 2 questions. So it took 2 questions to separate Sanchita and Yukta. Commiserations to all the other participants. Again, you qualified in the top 108 out of 30,000 participants. So you are all already winners. So we will see Ayush and Yukta in the national quarterfinals. And we'll see you in the next cluster final of the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2021. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy, stay curious. Goodbye from the entire team of CHQ 2021.